Welcome to this guide for Gears 4, and in this video I will unlock Deadly Resourceful, which is usually done in co-op through online, but I will try to do it in solo, in local split screen. And this achievement is given out for killing a Swarmak using a different weapon to pop each blister. So the first thing I did was to load up the campaign, Act 4, and the last checkpoint or chapter, Storm Warning. And from there on, I went to Insane. So, one of the things that you need to do if you are going to do this on your own is that you have to play through the chapter up to the point where you run into the Swarmak. And I will keep that in this video because there are a few tricky spots that you have to get past in order to even get the chance to do the Swarmak. But in general, hang back with the character that has the insane difficulty and push forward with the one that has the casual difficulty. So eventually you will get to this part where you need to take out a bunker eventually, and here you actually need both the characters. So I solved this by going out there, setting everything up, and then I just did what was needed, and then I ran back into cover with the insane character. And that's just to be on the safe side, because if you keep the insane character out here in the open, you might actually get hit and die. And that would obviously ruin everything. So run him straight back or put him in some type of cover that you're comfortable with. And eventually you should get a position in where you can continuously actually hit it. And that will start to happen, and then you need to hit again in order to blow it up. And there you have it. And when the bunker blows up, you will be automatically out here, and then just put the insane character back into cover and take out the last of the enemies, and then push on forward. Now, the last place that can be quite the pain is this whirlwind and lightning strike area that you have to move through. And here we have the run where I made it through, and it's a mix of pushing and not pushing. So I tried to take this route several times, so I think it's somewhat consistent. And it's the upper screen that you should be looking at. That's the insane difficulty character.
You gotta get inside!
So, having done this, you're basically done. But be a little bit, at least a little bit careful, not to just put yourself in multiple strikes or something like that. And here we go. So eventually,
Marcus, this backup of yours.
you will move up and learn how to blow out coils, and you will move into an area that will trigger a boss fight with Swarmak. And so this is the cutscene I was talking about. If you see this, you are at the correct location. So, when it starts, put the insane character in a safe location, and he will be spending most of the time up here. So this location where I put him right now is safe. Both on the left and on the right of this could put him in potential danger. And even if he is in safety up here, you will need to, at times perhaps, run back and defend this location. So, now that we have here you can see, for instance, that they're rushing the stairs. You need to keep an eye on this. As I mentioned, I am doing this on solo, and it is doable, but doing it in co-op will probably always be easier, because then you can talk to your partner, and you will also know that it is the AI defending you while you are doing the proper work out there. So, now you need to take out the blisters, and you also need to activate the coins. And the best way to do this is to take out coils and then pop blisters. So the best way to do this is to take out a coil and then take out as many blisters as you can, and then repeat up until you are about to hit the 6th blister. And when you are, so when I jumped out and then went back in, because that's the trick, I had to take out 3 blisters again, because the checkpoint is triggered when you do the last coil. So I made this more difficult than I should have had. And this is also part of the trick. You want to give the insane character the Boomshot. And the good thing about that is, if you do this 100% correct, you only need to hit that last blister on the cheek of the Swarmak with the Boomshot, and that should instantly take it out. And I did not manage to do that. I did manage to get the achievement done anyway. So if you are doing it correctly, this video is actually harder. So you need to pop 6 different blisters with different weapons. So it doesn't hurt to keep notes, so you know which ones you have done. And I used the Lancer as the take out the coil gun, so I did not use it on blisters. Yeah, first one I picked was the Marksa. That's one down. And when I'm pausing, I'm actually adding it to my notes. And as you notice, there are Boomshot ammo available if you put the insane character at that location. So now it's a simple map of collecting other guns and pop blisters. Just make sure that you don't do it with the same gun twice. So at this point, I took the torque bow, and then I jotted that down in the notes as well. And at this point I heard something about juvies, which made me run back to the insane character location, because juvies are really dangerous when they face him under normal circumstances, and when he's not even being played, he's a sitting duck. So if you see something indicating that enemies have spawned, rush back there and defend that character. And there's also a stack of infinite ammo in the spawn area of this room, so make use of that. And at this point I was probably too far away, and I could have moved up closer. And I decided to get myself into a better position and also take out few more enemies when I could. And there I finally had the Nasher down as well. And then the hunt was on again to find another weapon to use yet. And if you're inclined, you might pop pods and kill the enemies within if you feel comfortable with handling that. So I was too aggressive with the coils, but it is doable to do it as I did. And once again I used the Lancer as my taking out coiled weapon. And then I worked the Hammer Burst. And there you can see I actually got a checkpoint. And that checkpoint is the one you actually want to have much, much later. Because if you take out 6 of the blisters and then use the last of the coils, it will give you a checkpoint with only one more blister to hit. So I messed that part up and you don't have to. So the last 2 guns that I used while doing it the wrong way were the snub pistol and the mulcher. And that eventually had to be redone. So when I thought I had done it correctly, I had popped 6 blisters, I jumped out. And that's the correct thing to do when you have triggered that checkpoint, is to jump out and then start up the campaign again, but this time do it in solo. So the good thing about this is that you will now start as the insane character, and you will also have the Boomshot and a good position to hit the Swarmak from. Because you can simply run up the stairs and you have the Boomshot. But I just realized at this point that there were more than 2 glowing spots left. So I realized that something had gone astray, and that the checkpoint I had gotten much earlier was actually the checkpoint I had to work with. And this meant that I had to redo the snub and the mulcher and use the Boomshot. So when I realized that something was wrong, I tried to work with what I had, which was a checkpoint with only 3 more blisters to pop. So it was still a better position than to start over. So I tried working with that. And you'll start out in this position, and you will have the Boomshot, and it can take out a blister fairly quickly. So I tried to get that nailed down. And after that, you get surrounded by a bunch of smaller enemies, and I also had to learn how to deal with that before going up to the old position. So when I had taken out the first of the blister, I usually got into cover and pulled up the Nasher and took out the smaller enemies nearby. And then I grabbed the mulcher and tried to move back towards the safe position up there. So at this point, I had done the Boomshot, and I had also done the mulcher. So now I only needed to be as careful as possible and chip away at one last blister with the snub pistol. However, the enemies will attack this platform, so you need to be on your toes. I decided that the big blister on the back was probably the one that was easiest to hit. But any one of them will work at this point, because you only need to actually take it out. So I decided to risk it and go get some more ammo. I was still in a fairly good position at this point. And that did it. So, this was a guide on how to unlock Deadly Resourceful in split-screen co-op mode, playing solo on the PC version of Gears 4. And I made this harder than it needs to be, but I still kept this video as is, because if it can be done like I did it, then you should be able to do the easier version. And if you do that correctly, you should get the achievement. Thank you for watching this achievement guide video in order to get Deadly Resourceful. I hope this video helped you to get to the boss and then how to deal with it, and that you now have the achievement. I would love it if you dropped a sub or a like, and if I saw you again in future videos. Bye for now.